So apparently this is very far from the city because I took this long distance bus and it took like 40 minutes to get here. And the bus was actually pretty fast. You can see I am taking rest under this tree. Otherwise it's pretty hot. It's like 33 degrees centigrade here. And I already booked a cab, but somehow it's taking longer than usual. But I hope that we'll be here in a couple of minutes. All right, let's enjoy in the middle of nowhere in China. But it's a beautiful village for sure. So luckily, after waiting for like 4 or 5 minutes, I got a cab. You can see I'm already sweating. 旅游或者事务
是吧？旅游的话就是陆泉这边，我们这边的食物的话，一般都是一些为面食的一些为主吧。
旅游的话有好多地方吗？
旅游啊？
对。
旅游周边县的话，就是陆泉这边比较出名吧，还有一个就是正定。别的地方啊，具体别的地方也有，但是不太那个，有好多地方我也没去过。是这个。
那你做这个工作多长时间了？
我做这个呀，做这个有将近快1年了。
1年了。
对。
One thing about this place is that the hotel that I'm going to is actually located on a very high altitude, and it's kind of like a beautiful place. It's more like if you've ever been to the Great Wall of China, it's kind of the same vibes because it's located on the top of the mountains. But the thing that I've noticed here is that it's very risky here, like driving a car, because I mean the turns are kind of like the roads are narrow and the turns are kind of like very dangerous. You never know if the car is coming or not, because we almost got into accidents like a couple of times. And I was like talking to her, like she said, yeah, like driving a car is kind of risky here. You have to be very careful. So we're actually looking for this hotel and I don't know where it is. Like we're almost at the top of the mountain, and the route is like a riddle. Like you never know where you're going. There are like road signs, but now we are in the middle of a village on the top of a mountain, and we're still looking for the hotel. And we called him like several times, and he tell us the location, but it's just so hard to find. So if I show you, look at this place. Like this is a village on the top of a mountain actually. But we still don't know where I think we got hit with something, probably on the, you can see there, not with the wall, but there was a sofa, and I think we got hit the car with the sofa, I guess. So you see, and it's kind of like very risky to drive here, but we have no option. Like I cannot find by myself, so me a lot with she's been very patient, which is kind of nice. Look, we are literally in the top of the mountains. And you see, it's a village. And it's been like 3 hours since I left the city center. First I took a bus like for 40 minutes, and then I waited for like 10 minutes for this cab, and I've been in this cab. It was supposed to be like just for 30 minutes, the ride, but it's taking like 1.5 hours, and still we don't know where we are, and we don't know where actually the hotel is. Literally guys, seems like we are lost. We are just heading in different ways, and we don't know where. Like it's been like 30 minutes that we are roaming around this village on the top of the mountains. Man, we are lost. I mean, this place is beautiful. Look at this. I'm afraid if they have like a big village dog. This is kind of like a village house. And you can see we're literally in the top of the mountains. Like if you look at this, so that's, you know, that's the driver, and that's our car. I don't know how to drive, and she left the car on. I'm kind of afraid what if it slips. So yeah, she went there looking for the location. I mean, like, it makes sense because, you know, it literally makes sense that, you know, the reason we're not able to find the location is actually, if you look at this, you know, it's kind of hard. Like, it's like a riddle. Okay, so I've seen a dog over there. You know, that's what I was afraid of. But luckily, I'm close to my car, so, you know, if anything happens, I'm gonna get into the car. What if I'm being kidnapped and I don't know? You know, look at this trash. This is probably somebody's house. Look at this 4x4. And like, the place is like really beautiful. It's green, you know, and it is like that typical Chinese village type of, you know, like houses and, you know, the scenery and the vibes. But I hope I can find my hotel soon so that I can put my luggage and then get ready to, because there is a very nice ancient, like a Chinese ancient villa. It's nearby, probably like maybe 2 to 3 kilometers from here. So I'm gonna be going there. Okay, is coming back, and I hope she finds the location. It's been a very nice experience. I mean, I like the place. I would like to, you know, stay here for a day or two more. Right, so the guy from the hotel, he actually came to pick up because, you know, we were not able to find the location. So now he was just there giving us signs to come. So I'm gonna show you, he's waiting for us. You see these roads are kind of creepy and like dangerous. Oh my gosh, it's like, you know, very steep. Okay, so that's the guy, you can see he's waiting there and he's gonna pick up. Look at his tri-wheeler bike. So he's leading our way, you can see. But I still don't know where's the hotel actually. Okay, probably we're gonna...
我就停这就行了吗？你那个店在哪呢？
那是我的店挨着的。
是啊。
哎。
哦。
到这开下来了，开下上下近。
我就怕开不下去。
几大半只啊？
我看一下好不好开。远呗，不远了吧？
不远了。
那我就走着把他送过去吧。我给你送过去，走路送过去吧，我怕车到时候下不去。
哦，好的。Okay, so we can leave the car. Leave the car here. 你好，你好。So we're gonna walk down there. We still don't know literally like where is the. You don't know she's helping me with the. 你好，她很可爱。It's freaking hot, so I asked this guy before I came here like twice because I called him, you know, and I asked him like, do you accept foreigners? I'm a foreigner, you know, and he said yes. And I called him twice and he said yes. And now when we got here, the first problem that we encountered was that the location was not correct, right? It took us like 2 hours to find the place. And then finally when we found it and the guy saw me, he said that, are you a foreigner? I said yes. Do you have a 身份证? 身份证 is a Chinese ID card. I said no. It's like, what? We don't accept foreigners. I was like, what the hell? What do you mean? Like, I've been asking you on calls that, do you accept foreigners? Do you accept? And you said yes. And then he said like, you know, and then I got lucky because my driver, she was a very nice lady. She actually talked to him and said that, you know, he has everything, like he has the health code, he has his vaccinations, and he has his COVID-19 test, and he has been living in China, and and he already stayed in Shijiazhuang like for 1 day, so it shouldn't be a problem. So she actually negotiated for me, and finally the guy agreed that okay. And then he actually just showed me the room. The room is like a very small, a bit cramped room. There is AC, but I'm gonna turn it on in a while. But she's kind of like looking at me like skeptical. He's like, I don't know, he's kind of like I don't know if he's skeptical, scared, or whatever, but this is kind of like a misunderstanding. I don't know, but like for me, from my part, I've done my best, because I called him twice and I asked him like, do you accept foreigners? And now he's like, so, and you won't believe this place is like far away, because it's like the top of the mountain, so it's not easy to get here. It took me like 3 hours to get here, and I spend money, and now if I have to go back, then it's going to be difficult to find a taxi. But anyhow, I got lucky. He said yes, but I'm not sure, and I'm kind of like not very certain. He might change his mind, he's kind of like, he looks very unpredictable. But anyway, you know what? So I was actually afraid of like this guy, like he's very unpredictable and he can change his mind any moment, and this is what exactly happened. So he came to me and he said that, I don't know if it's the police or whoever that guy is, he said that they said that you cannot actually have a foreigner staying at your place. So, and then he told me that I have to look for other places, and I checked some hotels around here, but most of them like say we don't accept foreigners. But luckily I found one. It's like 10 kilometer, like 9.9 or 10 kilometer from here. So I think this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to that one and maybe leave my stuff and then come back, or I can first like see the places around here and then go to that place. But I wanted to show you the place where I almost got the opportunity to live. It's kind of, you have this beautiful a sitting area outside. You have plants. It's kind of like very natural vibes. And if you look at the scenery, this is the village I was talking about, and I wish I could live here, because if I was able to live here, like right in the middle of the village, I could have explored more. But since I have to live like 10 kilometers from here, so I wouldn't be able to explore more, but I'll try my best. But this place is like amazing. I mean, look at the lush green mountains. This is like a typical Chinese village vibes. Like they have like kettles here, a lot of plants, they have dogs, and people are farming, like kitchen gardening. But the strange thing is that there are not actually many people, or maybe it's the time of the day where the sun is like very hot, that's why people are not out. But I don't know what's the exact thing, but I didn't see many people. But there are actually quite a few cars, so you can see here, very nice. So yeah, I also wanted to show you the room that I was. Look at these beautiful pots here. Look at these beautiful pots. It's kind of nice, right? And then the room that I wanted to live in is this. My stuff is kind of like here. It has like 2 beds, single beds. And then let me see, I don't know. Okay, so the light is not working, but it's kind of okay. I have a small mirror, and then sink. Look at this sink. Sink is kind of beautiful, and it's like pretty small, but I think it's more about the location, not about the room itself, but the location. But anyway, I am going to grab my stuff and go to the other hotel, or maybe I can go to the scenic spot, like the ancient villa type of place where I actually wanted to go to, and then maybe I can leave for the hotel. So stay with me.